space. Everyone's seen it. Most people have read or heard something about space. But I wanted to dive a little bit deeper into what makes this space so beautiful and some of the interesting things you'll find while exploring space. Starting with black holes, which is our first topic of today. What exactly are black holes? Well, according to MW, in March of 2016, black holes are a region of space where the gravitational pull is so strong that it matches the strength of about 2 suns. But where do they go when you get into this? Well, they're from space.com, we learn that they go into this hole, which is extremely hot. So if you were to get this far, you would probably melt and never figure out what comes out of this event horizon. Which is why most people don't know where it goes, because items that get trapped in here don't find its way out because it either burns or gets crushed from the mass. To wrap up this part of space, we're going to throw some random facts out, which we only have one fact for this section, which is we did not discover black holes until we started X-raying the sky, which was X-ray astronomy or whatever, because they couldn't see them without the X-rays. Moving on to our next topic is galaxies. Looking a little bit away from the black holes, we can see our beautiful Milky Way from this planet, which is part of why it's so well known, because you can see it. According to Henry in October 2016, he explains that galaxies are big clusters of solar systems, planets, suns, dust particles, and other things being dragged together by the mass of each other. Because of that, you can probably guess how galaxies are made. It starts with something small and slowly starts clumping together with one galaxy over here, one galaxy over there, taking the mass and pushing closer and closer together until it forms something bigger. Yep. The random facts for this section is the fact that galaxies can range from the size of a dwarf planet to the size of 100 trillion stars. Some other facts is there are 170 billion galaxies in the observable universe, and yet that's just limited to what we can see. there's probably still so many more out there just waiting to be discovered. The next topic we have is stars. According to an online dictionary, a star is a huge ball of luminescent plasma held together by the gravity inside of it, which can be visible for many light years away, which is why when we look up at the sky, we see all those stars, because how bright they shine. But how are stars made is probably what you're going to be asking. Well, we discovered that stars are made of the gas and dust that I mentioned earlier inside of the galaxies. They slowly grow closer and come together more and more until eventually it explodes and turns into a star, like you're seeing happen right here. For the random facts section, we have the fact that every star you see in the sky is even bigger and brighter than the one in our universe. Or, yeah. You know what I mean. But let's talk about our next topic, which are planets. Something that we all know about because it's what we're standing on right now. What are planets exactly, though? Well, according to NASA, similar to suns, planets are something that gets clumped together using the space debris until eventually it has a mass heavy enough to bring other things towards it, like moons and such. Which is why a lot of the time when you see planets, you see moons and other things circling it. Because planets are a celestial body with a roundish shape that's heavy enough to have a gravitational pull. Because without it, it would just be an asteroid. But our planet isn't the only one that is made the way ours is. There's a lot of planets actually that are made really similar to Earth, especially the Kepler planets. And you can see some of them over here, and you can see the water that they have and other stuff that makes it amazing to think about that is out there with us. I'm gonna pause you 1 second. You're just like right at. Now, continuing on with the random facts, we have some facts about planets, starting with Mercury. While being known to be hot, it actually isn't hot enough to keep ice from forming, which also means that there's water there. Venus does not have any moons. Mars used to have a thicker atmosphere, and Saturn's rings, no one knows how old they are. Uranus is wider than first predicted, and Neptune has supersonic winds. And to wrap up our presentation, we have a recap of what we went over, which was black holes, galaxies, stars, and planets. And here's some nice pictures to look at before we go.